energy of a fuel. A fuel cell is an electrochemical cell that converts the chemical energy of a fuel and an oxidizing agent into electricity through a pair of redox reactions and chemical reactions which are positively charged hydrogen ions with oxygen. The fuel and the oxidizing agents are continuously and separately supplied to the electrodes of the cell at which they undergo reactions. Whereas on a battery, the chemical energy usually comes from electricity and continuously for as long as fuel and oxygen are supplied. The first fuel cells were invented by Sir William Grove in 1838. It's for the commercial use of fuel cells, which came more than a century later. And the first invention is hydrogen oxygen fuel cell by Francis Thomas Bacon in 1932. Let us go with the fuel cell characterization. A fuel cell is a device. Sorry. Fuel cell characterization. It has high efficiency, which creates energy and do not burn fuel. It has low noise levels, which are very quite less than 60 decibels, which are free from vibration, heat transfer, and thermal pollution. Built in wide range of power requirements. Let us go to the types of fuel cells. Fuel cells are classified into polymer electrolyte membrane fuel cells, PEM, which are usually called as, and direct methanol fuel cells, alkaline fuel cells, and phosphoric acid fuel cells, molten carbonate fuel cells, solid oxide fuel cells, reversible fuel cells. Now let us discuss about PEM fuel cell, which means polymer electrolyte. Now let us discuss about the polymer electrolyte membrane fuel cells. Polymer electrolyte membrane fuel cells is also called proton exchange membrane fuel cells, which delivers high power density and usually offers the advantages of low weight and volume compared with other fuel cells. These fuel cells can use a solid polymer as an electrolyte and porous carbon electrodes containing a platinum or platinum alloy catalyst. These need only hydrogen, oxygen from the air, and water to operate. These are typically fueled with pure hydrogen supplied from storage tanks or reformers. These fuel cells operate at relatively very low temperatures, which are around 80 degrees centigrade to 176 degrees Fahrenheit. This low temperature operation allows them to start quickly and also results in less wear on system components, which results in better durability. Now let us discuss about the reactions of the proton exchange membrane fuel cells. H2 is given into 2H plus 2E minus, which in further discusses as 2H plus 0.5 O2 plus 2E minus, which produces H2O2, and the working is as follows. Let us discuss about the advantages and disadvantages. It is compact in construction. It produces large density current, and it's also a solid electrolyte which works in low temperature. What are the disadvantages is it has low level of water management. It has cooling issues. It must be CO sensitive, which is less than 220 ppm. It's a noble metal catalyst. Let us go through the direct methanol fuel cell. These fuel cells are powered by hydrogen, which can be fed to the fuel cell system directly or can be generated within the fuel system by reforming hydrogen-rich fuel cells such as methanol, ethanol, and hydrocarbon fuels. These direct methanol fuel cells, however, are powered by pure methanol, which is usually mixed with water and fed indirectly to the fuel cell anode. The electrons produced at anode are transported from anode to cathode through external circuit by producing power. While we go through the reactions happening at anode and cathode, just observe the reactions. Let us discuss about advantages and disadvantages. It's of a liquid fuel cell. It happens through easy and fast process. It has compact fuel storage. It has low efficiency, which comes under disadvantages. And hydrogen fuel cell. Hydrogen fuel cell contains electrolytes such as 25% KOH solution, 25% KOH solution, and two inert porous electrodes plated with finely divided platinum, which acts as a powerful catalyst for electrode reactions. Hydrogen and oxygen gases are circulated through the anode and cathode compartments, respectively. Now let us see the advantages and disadvantages of the hydrogen fuel cell. It is used as a fuel in rockets. It's a fuel efficient. It's a renewable resource. Disadvantages are it's not easy to replace existing infrastructure. It's highly flammable and it's also dependent on fossil fuels. Conclusion: these fuel cells are mostly used in our daily life, which are in more scales. In future, we may get car which work on the basis of these fuel cells. The common benefits and disadvantages of these fuel cells are these have mostly advantages are high efficiency, it has good reliability, noise, and environmentally beneficial, and it has less size reduction. And what are the common disadvantages in fuel cells are it's expensive to produce and at the high cost of catalyst, and it has a lack of infrastructure which does not support the distribution of hydrogen. And current is available fuel cell. I mean, a lot of the currently available fuel cell technology is in the prototype stage and is not yet validated. And hydrogen is more expensive to produce and not widely available. And these are the common disadvantages and advantages of fuel cells. That's it, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good morning, all. Welcome to my presentation. My name is Kirtana from CSEA. The topic of my presentation is about the chemistry of paints. In this, I am going to deal 6 main points. Let us see the agenda of it. First of all, I will talk about the definition of paints. Second, we will look at the properties of paints. And third, we will see the components of paints. And then we will discuss about the purpose of paints. And after, we will go through the applications. And at last but not least, we will see the uses of paints. So let's get started. Definition of paints. Paints, a liquid solution of pigments and solvent which is applied on different surfaces for decorative or protective reasons is called as paint. As it is in liquid state and which is the mixture about pigments and solvent, whereas it can be applied on different surfaces so that it gives an attractive look and protection, etc. And let's move on to the properties of paints. It should have high hiding power and the required color. As hiding power means it has the ability to hide the surface of an object. And second one, it should be able to resist the atmospheric conditions to which it will be put. The paint should be resist to the atmospheric conditions. Then only they will consider as good quality paints. And the third one is films produced should be washable. As they should be washable. And the fourth one is it should resist corrosion. And fifth one is the film produced by applying the paint on a surface should have gloss. It should have shine. Now, I would like to look at our next point, that is about components of paints. Paint is formulated as a mixture of 4 different ingredients like binder. Binder, it is also known as resin. It aids to keep the pigment in place. Second one is solvent. It is also known as thinner. It reduces the thickness of paint for a wide variety of uses. Third one, pigment. It provide color and opacity. Fourth one, additives, which changes the properties of paints in order to suit different needs. Other additives like thickeners, stabilizers, emulsifiers, fillers, adhesion promoters, etc. These all are the other additives that are used in paints. And now take a look at this figure given below. Now you all may understand what are low quality paints and high quality paints. So now we can clearly say that the presence of more percentage of fillers and waters refers to the low quality paints, and the presence of more percentage of binders refers to the high quality paints. And now let us discuss about the purpose of paints. To avoid loss of metal due to corrosion, to delays in rusting, it provides aesthetic look to the materials. It provides smooth surface for easy cleaning. So now let us move on to the applications of paints. Paints are supposed to apply on houses, cars, doors, windows, machines, aeroplanes, and electronic equipments, etc. Finally, let us discuss about the uses of paints. It is used to give high class finish, and it is used to give attractive look, used to give pleasing surfaces, designs, and appearance. It is used to protect the material from atmospheric effects, especially from rains, protect various substances from corrosion, protect wooden articles from wet root, and many other types of defects. Makes likewise by painting the materials, they stay for a long period. Thank you all. Thank you, sir, for giving me this wonderful opportunity.